Good evening, guys. Good evening, guys, is what I was about to say. Silver is doing incredibly well, and I want to do a big update on silver for you guys. Not miners, they are, I just did a big update on the Substack for miners, on the Substack for members, and but I will do silver, different ratios. Normally, I do that for the Substack, but again, I want to spread the word on silver on the YouTube where, it might reach a bigger audience. And again, if you want to join the Substack, please do so. Also, like and subscribe, guys, for on the YouTube, all that good stuff. So silver is up 5% today. 4.7. It were 5 at some point in time, but yeah, overall, there's a little bit more things going on here on the chart when it comes to silver because I have more, technical analysis on this. But again, we are popping here above 31, 5% today. Beautiful. Again, I think this one is not the most, it is interesting, but again, I think there's a lot of different charts right now that are also very interested for silver when we measure it against different assets or sectors, whatever. Here we have silver in world currency units. And as you can see, silver, when measured in a basket of currencies, it actually broke in March 2024. And that's also where you had the initial pop in the silver miners. We had a big pop there, and then we were consolidating in most of the miners, and we are again here coming up higher. We have a little bit of a bullish pennant going across the and we are breaking today. So beautiful. Silver is doing very well when we measure it against that big basket. Inverted head and shoulders again, also beautiful stuff. I mean, it want to go to the highs here of 2011, that's for sure. Beautiful. Silver does very well. Here we have the gold to silver ratio. Normally I do this is the silver to gold ratio. Normally I do the opposite, so I don't have any lines on this, but again, you can see we are extremely low valuation when it comes to silver and in relation to gold. And we are coming up here with a nice monthly candle. This here, again, I call it, this is it. This is finally where we are going to go higher, right? Clearly we came down for the retest and we failed heavily, and now we're finding some support again. Beautiful. Also, there's a lot of the horizontal legacy here that, where you can still see we still need to take out. Going back to 1986, you can see here a lot of support here, and now we are below, meaning resistance. So we still have a long way to go when it comes to silver in relation to gold. Here we have silver against inflation. We have the highs, that's 2011, 2020, and we have a few touches here. We were breaking out again in May. This is in May 2024, breaking out, retesting, resumption as we speak. So again, silver here is setting up for a potential mega outperformance in relation to inflation. Yes, we do have the big bear market breakdown here, the high, this level at 0.115. Also, that's the high of 2020. So that is where we're going now. And so, yeah, silver looks great when measured against inflation, not gonna lie. Silver also in relation to, to the SPX. We're zooming in here on like a 20-year time frame, and you can see we do have a little squeeze pattern here coming in, depending on how you want to align it. But we are coiling here, and potentially we are finally gonna move here. I will say this though, in order to get somewhat bullish, we do have a lot of supply and demand here. This zone here between, it's a very low number, but that's basically the one to take out. Taking the highs down here, you can see we are taking out the main downtrend, and we are working our way up on in this ratio. So the SPX has heavily outperformed silver ever since the peak there in 2011. But very shortly, we could potentially start to see that flip. We are not quite there just yet, but yeah. Same thing here again. This is against the Nasdaq. We bottomed out in 2000 here, where silver and gold, started to rally heavily. Commodities did really, really well. Peaked in 2011, and we've come down ever since. So again here, overall, the Nasdaq is still, putting pressure to the downside for silver, but it's trying to work on a bottom here. We are still not quite there yet, and I still think that is. I think gold is almost there, breaking out against the SPX, where silver is lagging, just like we saw on the gold to silver ratio. Silver is still extremely cheap compared to gold. So these two, silver is not quite there, but it's definitely very, very low valuation. Silver against the Dixie. Again here, April 2024, the big moment, breaking out. Little bull flag there, a bullish expanding formation, breaking out today. We are into this heavy resistance, support and resistance zone here. You can see, so that is where we need to break above, and we are potentially breaking here today. We still have 3 trading days left for the week here, and for the month, I think. No, we have Mondays. We have 4. So we are, potentially with the highest monthly close, looking back 12 years or so, if not more. But again, so we are definitely pushing it there, outperforming a basket of currencies. Beautiful, beautiful. Silver here measured in the M2 money supply. For some reason, I cannot get this to go to log scale. Again, because on log scale, we are breaking out here. Basically down here, we are breaking out, retesting resumption. But again, log scale, I cannot show you. So we have to zoom in here a bit. It doesn't give the bullish picture that I would like to, but we do have a major rounding bottom here, guys. And again, we're going back to the 2011 highs. Across here as well, we have a ceiling. And you can see that we are basically, in my opinion, about to break that heavily, meaning silver to outperform M2 money supply. By the way, the M2 money supply has recently coming down hard, but it has now flipped positive above the 0. We actually had a few years here with the negative money supply, and that's never a good thing when it comes to like a deflationary event kind of thing here. So M2 money supply is coming up, but silver seems to outperform that as we go forward here. Fantastic. So which one would you rather hold right now, silver or like housing? This is the median household index or measurement. I don't know exactly how to say it, any differently, but we are breaking out here. We are testing the neckline, excuse me, the breakout line here and going higher, meaning silver is setting up for being a better play than housing. And yeah, that's pretty telling. And also, if we take the highs from 2000 and 1980, you can see here, this is probably, if we start to really move, there will be huge resistance up here on the 3rd touch, where I'm expecting a bounce or to the downside. But until we get there, we have 60% outperformance roughly of silver when we measure it against housing. Here, this is silver divided by BAC. That's Bank of America. This looks extremely bullish here. I deleted the lines because I wanted to show you in real time. Again, we are just heavily going to break here, in my opinion. We have 4 on top, again, of this formation, 4 on top. And now we're about to break here on the 4th, maybe 5th, depending on how you call it there. But we did hug it here, and now we have been consolidating, and it seems like it wants to break out, meaning silver is about to outperform one of the biggest banks in the world, being Bank of America. Same thing here. We can take the highs going across here, and we are probably going, again, if we really kickstart things here, we could see, a move where we are going to hit up here somewhere of the trend line, and we are talking a 200, 300% potential outperformance of silver before we get to that big resistance. It doesn't go in a straight line. Obviously, there are various resistance along the way, but this is the big one up here. That's the big guy to take out. So yeah, silver potentially, very briefly, moments away here of a breakout. In relation to the banking sector, you can also see the horizontal here. Again, just proving that we are basically on the verge of something big here. when it comes to precious metals and banking. The same thing applies here with this ratio where I have silver against the overall debt here in the US. Again, I cannot seem to get it on a log scale, even though I have, set it here. I can't seem to get it. But again, we have been very low valuation here, basically ever since for the past 40 years, and I'm expecting that we are about to turn higher here. We do have that big squeeze coming in here, and we are about to go higher, where it clearly shows that gold and silver is a better play than debt, meaning better than bonds. And that's something to, and that's a big statement. That's a big statement. Last but not least, we have the SILJ, the juniors divided by silver. This only goes back like 10 years, but still the juniors are really low in value compared to silver. And again, very messy chart, by the way. We had a huge rally here in 2016 and then 20. So again, if we are to align here wick to wick, you can see that we are getting back into our squeeze here with a little false breakdown. And when we get above, we have a very clear horizontal level here, right there at roughly 0.43. That means huge false breakdown, and we are about to enter an uptrend here, where silver miners will be a better play than silver. And some of the silver miners, which we are also looking at on the channel, is heavily leveraged to silver, and you can see that today. Many of them are up 10, 15, 20% even. High risk, high reward, yeah, but the entry is therefore really important. So yeah, overall silver looks good. It still has, the Nasdaq and the SPX to gain some footing, but overall measured against M2 money supply, inflation, in world currency units, silver looks like the better play, and that's beautiful. That's very beautiful. So that's all, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please, again, subscribe to the channel and all that good stuff. Have a great day on a day where silver is up 5%. Like now, 5% again. Stunningly, I like it. Have a great day, guys. Cheers. Bye.